Let's go across to our guest joining us. Charu Pragya is the BJP spokesperson. JB Mathur is from Rajya Sabha MP of the Congress Party. Tausif Rahman from the TMC and Yashovardhan Azad is former Special Director of the Intelligence Bureau, all joining us on the show. A big thanks to all of you. JB Mathur, let me come with you. The Congress, of course, is very upset. Most of the suspended MPs come from the Congress Party, and they've raised this point that, this is not how democracies should function. All that the Congress MPs were asking for was for a statement from the government, or especially the Home Minister. But what do you make of the charge coming in from the Treasury benches, which is that this is not the way to, ask for what you want in the House? Nobody has ever denied for a statement or a discussion, but the Congress and the opposition parties are obstructionist in their behavior.
Yeah, it is very unfortunate that an incident of this magnitude has happened in the highest and the secured place like Parliament. Some infiltrators have intruded and jumped from the gallery with canisters in hand and smokes coming. Such a serious incident, has happened. Just imagine for a moment, what if the gas was some sarin or something which could have, which was poisonous, and the disaster that could have happened.
Right.
The fact is a fact that there is a total security breach that happened. Now, firstly, the first and immediate step should have been definitely who gave the pass. But it is, it is an utter shame that whoever has given the pass has given VIP treatment, and he is not being questioned. He is not being asked. There's nothing against him. He is still continuing in Parliament. And
but do you believe that the blame, one second, since you raised this point, do you really believe that that's the argument, that the blame of the actions of these intruders could be laid on the door of the MP whose office issued the passes?
See, that is one part of it, one point of it, that since I'm coming to the suspension of MPs, I'm saying suspension of MPs, when the MPs are demanding for a statement from the Home Minister, first of all, these people do not give answers for anything happening outside the Parliament, across the country, about Manipur or price rise, they do not answer. But for something that has happened inside the Parliament, at least, Home Minister is bound to come and give a statement to the Parliament. See, there's no sense of accountability.
The BJP has narrated some previous cases that have happened, and they've said that in any of those cases where similar breaches happened, the Home Minister was not asked to respond. The Lok Sabha Speaker was the one who actually took it further. So why this exception in this case?
We are seriously demanding, because the Home Minister has all the time to go to a channel program and explain and answer about the breach that has happened in Parliament. When Parliament session is on, the sense of accountability is to the people and to the Parliament. So we are not saying, the least we are demanding is that they should come and make a statement. The Union Home Minister should come and make a statement, which they are not doing.
Yeah,
this
Charu
shows
Pragya,
how there is no sense of accountability for the this government.
Yeah, Charu Pragya, it's not to appropriate any blame. Or to blame that the government is only fundamentally responsible, although if it's a matter of security inside Parliament, even if it comes under the Lok Sabha Secretariat, there will be some political questions or political accountability asked for. But it's not so much to appropriate blame. Surely a statement should be forthcoming from none other than the Home Minister. It's not a big ask.
Shivani, let's go point-wise. One, my friend Jebi from the Congress sounds really upset that our Honorable Home Minister was speaking elsewhere, because he completely tore through their false agenda. He answered with facts, and I think that shakes up the opposition. Every single propaganda floated by them has been put to rest.
No, let's concern ourselves with only this. Even if,
I'm coming to that, because
is it not a fair question? Is it not a fair question to ask?
He's not keeping his calendar.
Charu, is it not a fair one second, is it not a fair question to ask that when the Parliament is in session, the first statement from the Home Minister should come on the floor of the House?
When the Parliament is in session, in fact, anything that goes on inside the Parliament of India is under the supervision and responsibility of our Honorable Speaker. As soon as this very unfortunate incident occurred, the Speaker called the leaders of the floor for a quick meeting. He took suggestions to improve security. A lot of those suggestions have already been incorporated. What happened was very unfortunate. But let's also remember what happened was very carefully planned, Shivani. It was not something which was done at the brink of a thought. It was planned for over a year. It was planned by people who can maybe come from across the country, from different cities, but they are united with one thread, and that is of a thought ideology of the urban Naxals. We know
So
that,
be
we've
it,
seen that.
but
When
Charu-
else have you heard these kind of slogans?
Charu, so be
Another
it.
thing
I
is-
don't agree with this kind of causeless, ruckus
it's
creating in
important.
parliament. But it is
No, can I finish my
even
last
if
point,
they come
Shivani?
from quote unquote.
Can I-
One second.
can I
No,
finish
Charu, I
speaking,
must say
Shivani?
this. No, one second.
At
I must say
every
this.
session
I've
of
heard this for too
parliament-
long, for 2 days now. If they
No.
come from this so-called urban Naxal mentality, more so that
Who
the security.
encourages that?
More so
Who
that the
is
security of the
creating
parliament,
heroes out
more
of
so that the
people who
security
are
of
lawless
parliament
and
should have been
anti-national?
up to the task of not letting these individuals in. Ultimately, the
And-
buck stops with security.
And nobody
Regardless
is
of who
running
comes
away.
from what mentality
Shivani,
and ideology.
Shivani, nobody is running away from the responsibility and the loopholes in the security system. But tell me, is it a mere coincidence that every time the parliament is in session, the opposition finds something to disrupt the proceedings
No,
of the
you
House?
can't
and
lay
sit
the blame
outside?
of this on the opposition just yet. I'm sorry. Not on
And
the act.
till the investigation is not concluded, what do they want everybody to speak about? The speaker is in charge. Unfortunate incidents like this have occurred in the past as well. Every single time the speaker has responded. What is so different this time? And
Okay.
tell me, what is it that the perpetrator said which is any different from what any members of the India Alliance keep saying?
Okay, I'll come to that topic a little bit separately, but I'm just discussing what should have happened in the aftermath of this episode.